Welcome back, everybody. We're just going to do a closed alpha. So the server is, I've been building it today, but I've yet to set everything up properly. So it's still being built, basically. But it doesn't mean that we can't run around a bit and have a look around. A lot of things aren't in place yet. Still, always good for a run. None of the mods have been set up apart from the fact that the ones that are automatically running, they haven't been tweaked yet. We are on reduced loot. At the moment, map is just working with M for map. It's not been turned off yet, so I'm still in testing phase. All the added content, the extra content's been added. And things like airdrops will be dropping, but they're not configured properly yet. I haven't dropped the temperatures down to where I want them yet. Yeah, I've got things like you died here because I've been running around the map testing all day. But we will be moving to Chinaris within the next couple of days. This will be the new home of Goblin DayZ. With cold temperatures and all that brings. A reduction in loot but not clothing. Some extra content. What the hell's that doing there? Not sure it's meant to be there. We'll see. Maybe. Interesting. I suppose it's run ashore. That's fine, we can live with that. Yeah, actually we can live with that. That works. Love it. Zombies are pretty standard zombies at the moment. They've not been enhanced in any way yet. Numbers haven't been upped. So it is just a standard vanilla build with added content at the moment. And temperatures dropped dramatically. Hi, John. The new build, this is a pre-alpha. The build is here, John. But I haven't set a lot of the stuff up. The custom stuff's in place. Everything's installed, but just not set up yet. But this is just my pre-run to see if it feels right. We are on reduced loot. I just have a map because I'm setting things up still. Hi, Brash. So, Chinaris, but not like you're used to. Don't think we're cold enough yet. We probably need to drop a few more degrees down. Make it a little bit harder. But we're gonna have a look at some points of interest today. We'll make our way down to Balota, which is new. Maybe up to Moschino, which is new. If we die, we'll choose a different spot. Won't obviously be base building or anything like that, because that'll be tested off stream. Currently can't get the caves to work, but that's still work in progress. So there's things like that ship there with ways onto it. Might make an interesting base location. Yellow Dubs. Closed alpha of my next server. Spent the day building it. I just haven't yet done a lot of the work that needs doing. I'm just running to see how it feels. See what FPS I get. See how the loot feels. Because we do a reduction of loot. See how hard it is to survive. So it's a little bit warm at the moment. I think we need to drop a few more degrees down. Some more crash ships. Standard zombies at the moment. I haven't started playing with them yet and making them a little bit harder. So basically all the mods are on the server. So some stuff just works and my reduced types, but none of the extra types. And nothing's been tweaked. But it's my first time running around like Electra and Cherno and things since I put the mods on and did the edit. It's good, thank you, Hitman. Yourself? So obviously this is where are we? We are Electra. This is Electra, but Electra that's been edited. I've actually added total to the map an extra just under 10,000 items to the map. Takes about 500 items have been removed, about 10,000 added. Getting good FPS. I'll just check. Alt R again. 150 FPS. It's not bad. We got the upgraded bears on here and shit like that though. I haven't done the update on. I haven't done the update on the tools yet. What will happen, if we kill a zombie, maybe it will initiate. Yeah. Oh, we've got 2 zombies. I don't want to kill 2. We'll lock ourselves in a shed and see if we can deal with it through the door. I'm running a new server and playing around with the loot economy and adding heli crashes to Sakau. I've had a few people playing on it regularly. Yeah, I ran a Sakau with helis. And convoys as well, mate. It's not difficult to do. It's once you get your head round it, it's all right, isn't it? So at the moment, Nothing's happening on the zombies that will be happening. So eventually what's going to happen is you'll be able to skin the zombies. And then, depending on the knife you use, is what reward you'll get off them. I need to send you some data across, Dubs. I can help you make zombies explode without using mods, if you need it. So when you kill them, they have a chance of blowing up. If that sort of thing interests you. It started off a year ago for me with this idea of having a server that I could record content on. And now it's become a let's make survival servers. And I really enjoy making survival servers. I found that's probably my little forte. I've always wanted to be able to get through there and up those stairs. We can have a look now. We can glitch our way through. No. It doesn't exist. Not fair, is it? So I can have them explode in gas. I can have them explode with explosions, or they'll explode with a flashbang. And you can choose a percentage chances of them happening. And choose which zombies. You can also place other items on zombies. So you could choose, like if you had a base building server, you could put boxes of nails on zombies and tools. And you say add those to construction workers and then take the construction tools out of spawn. And so people would have to kill zombies to get them. There's no popping Zeds on here yet, so none of that's been set up. It's taken me all day to get the server to talk. Expansion, getting it to work with this mod, this winter mod, was a nightmare. Expansion does not like late fall, early winter. It'll be a lot harder by time it goes live. At the moment, it's survivable. But I'm just running around doing nothing really, aren't I? We're just having a look. Excellent. There we go. Let's rip them up. But it's been a lot of me swearing at the computer today, trying to get everything working. Normal routine, we need rope. Tomorrow I've got to set all the mods up and then run another test. At the moment it's looking like probably Saturday for it to go live. Probably. And I need to turn off fruit because there'll be fruit spawning at the moment. There's a well up there somewhere, isn't there? Yeah. FPS up there. I think. Goblin, I take it this is an EU server. It is, but what I do is I set the ping so when it does go live, obviously it's not live at the moment. It's a couple of days away from it going live. But I set the ping so US and Canadian people can play it as well. I have US players and Canadian players. So I increase the ping to allow that to happen. So you, once it's live and properly working, you'll be able to see it and join if you wish to. We're going to have a new mechanic on the server this time where you can skin zombies. And depending on the knife that you've got, a certain knife for skinning zombies will give you a bonus, basically. But I'm not going to tell anyone what knife that is. It'll be up to players to work it out. And the bonus will then, you know, a bonus being maybe if you skin it with the right item, you get a box of nails off the zombie. Yes, you should. At the moment, I'm having problems getting the temps to work properly, but it is cold. At the moment, we're -1. And at night we're -15. But I think Chernarus is naturally a little bit warmer. So I might need to drop that to like -5 to -20. But we are cold and we're losing health. So, yeah. It's going to feel like Sakau. It's going to look like Sakau. Apart from it's a map the side. Well, it's Chernarus. Where's this well? Over here, isn't it? You'll get some water. There'll also be new weapons this wipe. Nothing OP. There is going to be a 338 rifle. But to get to it, you'll have to get the rifle from one location and the ammo from another. And they're not easy locations to get into. And you'll need to find a swipe card to open the main doors to get into them. And then once you've opened that door, you'll then need a key to actually open the loot crate that's got the item. And you'll need to find the loot crate in both bunkers. And there'll be zombies in them. AI are back. Currently they're just on helis. As of when this goes live, they'll also be guarding airdrops. So if you do wish to go for an airdrop, you might get shot. And also airdrops won't work unless there are 3 players on the server. At the moment they're just working. Just so I can test that they're falling correctly. But it will be... Yep, random Zeds will have keys. What it will be... Certain Zeds will have a 1% chance of dropping keys. So you'll have to kill a lot of zombies to get access to keys. Or they might be set the other way and we'll have that as a percentage chance. So if you cut the zombie up with the right tool, you will get a key. Don't know yet. It will depend how the testing goes tomorrow. I've set Chernarus up so we have fog, we have rain, and we also have snow, including blizzards. So you're going to get all the horrible weather you would expect. Did you enjoy Sakau? I loved Sakau. But we weren't getting the numbers realistically. Because not everyone buys the DLC. Where if we go to Chernarus, everyone owns it. That owns DayZ. we might make some more numbers. There are crossbows on the server, but remember, there's a 30% nerf on everything apart from clothing, so it's harder to find those items. So, what point of interest would you guys like to see? Should we start with... We'll start with Balota, the new airfield. I've done an airfield, a change of the airfield. So we'll start with the airfield. We'll go from there. Typical British weather then. Yes! We've got a new trader location and a new trader. The traders... at the moment, the trade will be at Green Mountain and probably Alter, because I've not altered the files yet. And I haven't set the trader up correctly. But he's in, it's working. Survivor missions are working. So if you get a radio and tune it into the channel that I haven't decided on yet, there are 380 different missions on the server, all with rewards that will lead you all over the map. No cars, no boats. There are some cars, but that will make more sense when the server goes live. Still going to have server information panel with all the crafting recipes to help you guys out. Or most of the recipes. But vehicles, there's no vehicles you can drive, but there will be vehicles that are valuable to you. That's a fair way of putting it. Basically, there's model cars made out of wood. Now, you can either find them and store them on your base, or you can run them to the trader to make good money. Let's, Electra's just going to look like Cherno, and Cherno's going to look like Electra. So let's go and look at a different point of interest a second. Let's just jump me ahead of here. Bring you down to here somewhere. Because what I've done is I've added extra content to Svet, Cherno and Electra. We're not having the photo sashes, but we're having a different type of radio mission. So this will be one that will say things like, oh, I've lost my drugs, could you go and recover them and take them by the spawned in car to a garage somewhere? And if you get there first and drop them off, you'll get a reward crate, basically. Or it will be a, my friend's gone missing in the woods, they were last seen at this grid reference, could you go and find them? And when you get there, there'll be a bear trying to kill you. And then if you get past the bear, there'll be a tent with a reward inside it. Is that going to be that sort of stuff? So, Balota Airfield, if that's the pronunciation we want. Not looking like the Balota you're used to. Let's get this weather sorted a second. Day. Clear. So, there's your new airfield down here. Bit more like an airfield at last. We've taken So Machino Military is now back to how it was at the very beginning. Three airfields. That's Machino with an upgrade. And hell, if you think about it, because if we... So I won't die when I'm running in there. Let's just up my bump and bump, bump, apply. So PvP heaven in here. There'll probably be crates in places like this. Let's be honest, I'll put a crate in there somewhere in one of the tents. But I'll have it spawn... I'll have like 5 different tents it could spawn in. And on each restart it will move. And then if you pick up a key, you'll be able to go there and pick up some better loot. If you can find the crate. But I haven't done the crates yet. I've loaded the mod. The mod's in, but I need to go around and map all that and decide where they're going to go and their locations. It's a lot of work, which is why I'm saying Saturday for things to go live rather than before. Tomorrow will be mostly setting up mods, apart from the ones that need mapping, and then Saturday will do the mapping. But this is how it used to look. This is what this place was before, I think up to 0.53, I think the last time this was like this. So where else? Interesting, isn't it? Let's go to... So. Oh, look. It's going to be vanilla plus expansion storage. So gun racks, lockers, and vanilla. We haven't tested yet how many code locks you're going to have. We can actually do that now. It'll be easy. Give me a second. We'll get somewhere safe and we'll do a code lock test. And then you'll know how many code locks you're going to be allowed. So we're not having any better rucksacks this time. Sorry, John. That wasn't meant to happen. Ah! I bet AI spawned in with it. I've turned off dynamic toxic, so it will only be fixed toxic. Where are we? Oh, okay. We are there. Let's show you a different point of interest then. Give me a second. God mode. Ignored by creatures. Apply. Okay, we can have a look now. There you are. So it says Survivor is transmitting on a radio on 99.7. Stay tuned for an incoming call. And if you had a radio tuned to 99.7, you then get a mission. So, power out there, ship over there. This town's had an upgrade. I will run past these lot because they can't see me anymore. Hi guys. They're pretty much what you're used to there. Things go slightly strange when you go around the corner here though. Obviously this is a generation area now for generating electricity for the map. I'm not going inside these places, I'm just giving you the outer view. I'm probably going to set the rules that you can't build in any military. Just because we're going to stick loot crates for you to find and do stuff with. So it seems like a fair. Or certain militaries, I'll put no build zones on militaries that have things in place. And I haven't had the time to go through and delete all these trees. But I think we can probably live with that. Die quietly, Goblin, die quietly. Obviously, there'll be zombies on here by the time that you come to visit. Is what you'd expect. I'm not going to show you where the two bunkers are. Because I think you'll need to find that when you actually do it for real, which I think will be more interesting. And just because the airdrops say they're going there at the moment doesn't mean they will be when we go live. And the airdrops at the moment have zombies on, not AI. But it will be AI on the airdrops. I think we're talking about toxic before, so the toxic zones will, the fixed toxic zones will still be toxic, but there'll be no artillery hitting random towns. That's that one. Do the trader location. We have a quick look at Mr. Trader. I think you should expect there to be AI around, yes. This is the trader. Obviously, there's no trader in here yet. I've not moved them here and set them up. Nice and open. So, and as per normal, or as per the last wipe, we'll space the traders out. There'll just be one trader location. I think it makes more sense than having multiple. And it's not like you have a lot of cover in here. And then there's two bunker locations as well, which I'm not, as I said, I'm not going to tell you where they are. The keys, when you find them, the keys will give you a hint of where the bunkers are. And you will need swipe cards to open the bunker doors, and then the keys will be useful inside to get access to the 338 weapon systems. Because you all want to see the weapon system. There you go. The weapon will be in one location, the ammo in another. So you'll need two swipe cards. You'll need two different keys. You'll need to find the locations and get to them. And there'll only be one box of ammo and one weapon per restart, per box or per area. So not an easy to get weapon. No, we've got something different this time. We're going to have collectibles, so we're not. There's going to be spawning in wooden toy cars, and the trader will pay good money for them. 338 fire. So that's what the top tier gun will be. This one, basically. There's only one tapper. Most people are going to be running around with tasering each other. Or one of those little toys. So that's a trader. I said Svet has also had an upgrade. Yeah, probably is, because it comes back from those days. There you go. So that's that lot. I'll now commit suicide and then actually doing a proper run. Just so we can see how badly it goes. Obviously, to see whether I can make it to trader and whether I can make it to areas. Yeah? Because that's the important stuff that I'm meant to be testing tonight. Oh, yeah, continue. Bump, bump. Player management. Looting goblin. Bump, bump, apply. Bump, bang. Is that going to work? No. Doesn't help that I killed myself when I was in God mode, does it? How do I kill myself? Remove quick actions. I want to kill myself. Confirm. There we go. I take it Vickers will have maps. Don't know yet. More than likely, in all honesty. They haven't at the moment. As I said, nothing's been put in like that, but more than likely, because it makes sense. In my twisted brain. Obviously, I've got a map at the moment, and we haven't really got a map. We know that. There. Berezino. Okay. Will there be a range of animals available due to the reduced coastline? So there'll be extra animals. You can still fish. There'll be nothing out to sea. There's no boats spawning, no cars spawning. Standard animals will increase the amount that spawn. We're probably not initially, read into that how you want, going to put bears and wolves into towns. But as the winter moves on, who knows what might happen. Also, there's fun things I can do with this winter mod. We can take it off halfway through the wipe if we want to, and carry on with summer. So when we get, if the wipe carries on long enough, which I want it to, when it comes out of winter, we won't need to wipe. All we need to do is remove. All I need to do is like X out the mod, and then the server will continue. Obviously, the bears might be slightly different than you expect. Or the bears are what you're used to. They just won't be polar bears. There'll be normal bears on here, just to reduce the amount of mods. I'm already up to 30 mods, and I've got them stably running. I don't really want to add any more. This is not yet. This is spawning myself fire. This is not spawning for others yet. Let's be honest. This is spawning for testing mode. It will not be like this. When it goes live. They'll spawn with a stack of rags and the normal pot of stuff to make themselves better, and bandages will be in locked crates. A little bit janky in there, little bit, but I think the weather, DayZ. But it's going to be difficult to get the 338 rifle. Everyone needs to know that. It's not going to be everyone's got a 338 within the first day. It's not going to be that type of server. Think of it as an end game weapon with limited ammo. Oh, it's giving myself instant stuff, so I must have God mode turned on. Still turned off. Okay, that's better. You little bitch. And as I said earlier, we're going to have something in place where if you can work out what item to use, so it will be like the snow owl on Deer Owl. Yes, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, think of it like the snow owl. Think of it as something that it's hard to get. It's not as many loops to jump through, but it's still difficult to get. And ammo is limited. But if you've got it, until you run out of ammo, you're pretty much indestructible. You're not indestructible because people can still kill you. And you'll still have to defrost food and do all the stuff that you used to have to do on Sakau, which is nice. Obviously, it's also, because it's a Goblin server, it's a solo server, so no teams allowed. People play solo. You'll need to, when it goes live, find a map to have a map. But then when you do, you can press M and you can set markers and you can do all that sort of stuff. And the airdrop shows up where it is. The survivor missions are now working fine. Barbed wire might be a problem again, guys. Just so you're aware. Don't be climbing on no barbed wire. Might not be the safest thing to do. Obviously, you can still rip up clothes with your hands because it's one of my servers. Because we know what I'm like with that sort of stuff. Don't get me wrong, I want people to get 338s. I want people to have a 338 in their base. Yes, it does. I want this to be a difficult experience. At the moment, it's not. I get that. It's just vanilla at the moment with a few added extras. Which is why I'm thinking it'll be colder by the time it goes live. I haven't nerfed clothing, guys. As much as everything's been nerfed, clothing hasn't been. So you'll get full vanilla amounts of clothing spawning in. Because I do realise people will need to make fires, build clothing, deal with wounds. It'd be using expansion building. Only one tier, but then it'd be breaching charges for explosives to blow them down. I haven't yet worked out how many code locks we're going to allow per person. Or per base, sorry, that's a better way of putting it. Because we're allowing multiple bases. But I can't work that out until I put everything into spawn correctly. Because I need to make sure that the amount of code locks that I allow players to have is equal to the amount of explosives a player could carry, basically. So you've got to be solo raidable. And code locks and such like will probably spawn, well, will certainly spawn on zombies. Will certainly be in loot crates more than the world. So you'll need to find a key go and unlock a loot crate to get code locks and such like. So there'll be some work involved. But putting up a flag is easy flag. But it is a full-size flag. But a flag to build it is rope and 3 sticks. And you'll be able to have as many bases as you want. I quite like freezing temps because it puts a different side of DayZ in. It makes things a little bit harder. I haven't decided on spawn locations yet either. You might not be spawning in the locations you expect. When you skin animals, there will be a reward for using the right knife. You'll get more meat, or you'll get something out of the animal. Or predators anyway, not normal animals. So if you skin a bear or wolves with the right, probably a bear, with the right knife, there'll be a chance of it spawning in maybe a weapon. Like a pistol, because it would have eaten a player. Or a box of ammo. Or it might have human meat inside it. You will need NBC kit. Because there will be NBC zones on the map. And if you want M4s and M16s and all that malarkey, you'll probably need to be hitting those type of areas. But it will be the hospital and the ship that are toxic. Hitman, dealing with Canadian winters. I don't normally play with winter maps, but understand the survival aspect of them. Will wolf and bear meat be infected? Yes, it will. 100%. Yeah, I get that. If you play winter map for real. That's why I've gone for the mixture here, the happy mixture, the middle ground. But it does help with survival maps massively. Though I'd like to in the summer, or next year in the summer, run a hot map. See if it's possible to go the other way. So players have to wear less clothes, otherwise they'll overheat and take on more water. I think that'd be a really interesting mechanic to play with. Like make it really warm, so you're always overheating. So then do you wear body armour, knowing that it will help you overheat? No filtered bottles. There's so many wells around, and chlorine tablets are available, so purification tablets, so we don't need filtered bottles. There we go. There is, I don't know whether I'd run it as jungle. I'd probably run, it hurts FPS, the jungle mods, massively. But there is a nice mod you can run that makes the grass a lot higher. And I'd quite like to run that for a summer run. Like really tall grass and... So zombies would hide in the grass. And that'd be such an interesting mechanic to play with. And massive heat. Obviously, there'll be more military zombies on when we go live. Because you know me. We have less civilians and more military. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's getting a little bit janky on FPS here at the moment, but that's mainly because of the added content. And it's snowing, and it's... DayZ's not good at handling snow. And the netcode isn't really made for it. You... horrible little creature. That'll teach you, won't it? But that's what we're doing, basically. We're going to have a hardcore survival map on here. I imagine players will build bases. Obviously, they will build bases and they'll loot up and occasionally people will kill each other. I'm sure there'll be some raiding because people won't be able to not build massive bases. I'm one of them. Trying to go covert is boring. And you're going to need to push to harder areas to get anything useful. Obviously, the trader's going to buy weapons, but not sell them. The trader's basically going to sell tools. Most other stuff will be... items that you'll need to realistically find. And the collectible cards is what you'll sell to the trader to make good money. Obviously, because it's in place now, so you guys won't be aware of this if you've not played one of my servers before. So one of the things we now have on the server, I'll show you because it makes more sense if I show you. Object spawner. Rags. 2 stacks of those. No, we just want 1 stack, don't we? Want those. And is it lard on here or fat? Lard. So when you kill an animal and you get fat, if you take 6 rags, you can turn it into a gun cleaning kit. So are we taking all the items that you can make out of spawn? So gun cleaning kits won't spawn in. You'll have to make them when you want them. Same with sewing kits and things like that. Matches will be... lighters will be gone, thanks to fire informing me before the last wipe that matches, lighters are OP. So it'll only be matches in the game. Because you want it to be difficult for players. And I play it myself, I want it to be difficult as well. I don't know is the answer to that question. I have no idea. It probably works with cooked as well, and 1% more than likely. I can't change it, unfortunately. But I'm happy with forcing players to make everything. I think it's a good thing to do. We need to eat now, so let's have a quick fire and defrost some of this food. You fucking... Last bandage time. It's not like I don't try and cheese my way through using things like this to keep myself alive, where realistically... I'm just as bad in my own way. We all know that. As you can notice, shit food, there's more of it spawning than good food. That is on purpose. Too late for that, isn't it? The temperature probably about right for how cold it is. Maybe a few degrees colder in the day. Life a little bit difficult for players. Yeah. Do with more sticks. As soon as you hit subscribe, it will download it. Or that's what I'm used to happening. Because I download mods that I'm not... I download mods that I'm not putting on the server just to be able to look at them. I unpack the PBO and see whether it's going to be something useful to me or not. But normally if you log out of Steam and log back in, it will automatically then start downloading mods if it hasn't got them. Okay, don't know then, mate. Sorry. Yeah, Steam's pretty good. When you re-log, it goes, oh, I've got something to download here. And sometimes you have to go into the download bar at the bottom and say, force download this item. And it will see as a, it will see normally not as a mod. It will be seen as for whatever game you're downloading the mod for. So if it was DayZ, it would see it as a DayZ update, even though it's not an update. We're a bit of time off yet. It's taken me from 11 o'clock till when I went live to get to this point. But as you can see, John, it's not going to be easy. And this is before I start making it hard. But the food levels that are spawning in now is what will spawn in. Not really enough to keep you alive, but enough to save you in an emergency. And if you don't know Chernarus, you'll certainly know it by the time that we've got through White. My intention is probably to stay on Chernarus now, because there's so much more content available for it. And I can add the... I can't get the caves working at the moment, but I can build the caves in the background manually. And then when we wipe in 3 months' time, I can add the caves to that wipe. And otherwise the mods stay the same. Oh, okay. That's a shame. Oh, bloody zombie. I need you to... Ah, there you go. So I've got no bandages now. We're pretty much damned. Okay, Hitman, thanks for being here. Thank you. And this looks like, you know, I've made it feel and look a bit more like Sakal. And it's a bigger map. There's more to explore, more to do, mate. And with Survivor missions, you'll have a lot more to do. We need to find a way not bumping into zombies or getting to the sea. They're all time sensitive, yes. So you'll pick up a mission. So how it works is it spawns in a mission. The mission is for X amount of time. At the end of that mission, it picks a new mission. It picks a new location randomly from the 388 missions it has. It then chooses whether... It then says, have I run this mission in the last 2 missions? If I have, I'll choose another one with a different location. And then it'll give you a mission. So some missions, you'll be in the wrong area of the map and you won't go to them. You won't take part. Other missions will be right close to you and you'll give them a go. And they'll spawn in normally a wooden crate. I'll put it in the instructions. Don't pick up the wooden crate because it'll despawn. And people, or a barrel, sometimes it'll spawn in with the loot inside. And people go, oh, a free barrel, and start walking it home. Put it in their base and log back in. The barrel's despawned with all the loot inside. Because it's not... It's a container being used for a prize, not part of the prize, if that makes sense. But that'll be in the rules. And it'll be in the warnings, because I know what players are like. And then inside there'll be maybe a box of nails, a good weapon, ammo, maybe some armour, some tins of food. They're all worth doing. And I want players to do them. You know, that's what it's all about. It's about players having something to do. No, they haven't done survivor missions to work on Sakau yet, so I couldn't have it on Sakau. Where on Chernarus, there's loads of them available, so I put them all in. It also does quite clever things where it will look at all the flags that are up, so people that have got a base, and if you've got, oh, did I want to, was that making a fishing hook? Yes. So if you have, if it tries to spawn a mission within a radius of a flag, it won't. So you won't suddenly open your door and find someone else doing a mission outside your house, which is nice. Oh, Wellington boots, what do you reckon? No, fishy. And obviously we'll go back to 6 rags and a tin of Ujumi flip rather than a bandage. Because bandages should be prizes rather than... Because rags are harder to use, slower. Yeah, they're wellies. Are they wellies in your neck of the woods, Fire? And if you're posh down here, you have hunters. When I was growing up, I had hunter wallies. Wasn't posh though, but shooting world. Now when I need a bloody bush that I can get a stick from, I don't really want to use up my fishing stick. Oh God. Oh, bugger. That's the end of our life then. No. To do that, I have to plot all of the ponds and rivers myself and build them. It would take me about a month. Because there's a mod to do it, and the mod is really, really difficult to work with. It does it really well, and you can cut holes in the ice to fish, but you need to literally load in, plot points right round that map, then the point in the centre, then the height of the water, and then load it into for every item of water in the map. Yeah, it would take me months to get it working. Eventually someone will do the file for Chernarus, and when they do, then I would add it. Yeah, because I quite like the idea of having to cut a hole in the ice to fish. I think that's a really nice mechanic. I know I'm dying. I've got zombie disease. I realise that. But give me something that I can get a bloody stick off. They've done it for Livonia, but I can't have all the mods I've got on here for Livonia. So I'd rather stick with Chernarus than Livonia, and we've already done a Livonia wipe. I wanted something different. And people don't like Livonia. They don't like Sakau. We're not picking up the numbers this wipe. Normally every wipe we get at least one new person playing the wipe. And this wipe we've had nobody new join. So going to Chernarus gives me the best chance of us getting new players. Yeah. So I'm hoping that it'll persuade people maybe to give the server a go. There's no guarantee they will, but it's worth a try. Because we need to get numbers up. You know, I've got a 30 slot server. We'd like people. Yes, very much so. And even people that did play it, for the first 3 weeks, it was really busy. And then everyone stopped. And now most servers out there for Sakau are dead. So I've got to be practical about these things. You know, I'd like having a server that's got numbers on it gives all of us a different level of pain. Because we're more likely to bump into people all the time. And I'd like to grow the amount of people that play my server. There we are. We'll pick up a radio in a second. I'll cure myself and we'll stick a radio on John so you can see how it works. Let me just cure myself. Because I can then show you that mechanic. So it was 96.7, I think, wasn't it? Or 96.6. Need it to broadcast again before we'll pick up the message. So you've got to have your radio on to be able to pick up any messages that come in. What else have we got spawning in this wipe that you haven't had before? B36. There we are. So mission. I'm sorry, but you are too late. I will call you further tasks on this radio channel over and out. So we were too late for that mission. Because we obviously it appeared earlier, but we've only just turned the radio on. So it's despawned. So at some point another mission will come up. But you'll need to find a radio, keep it in batteries, keep it turned on, etc, etc. Or turn it on whenever it comes up and tells you. Okay, John. So yeah, similar to what you had on DRR. But at least it gives you something to do mid-game. And a way of getting better loot. And you're not always going to be able to run to the mission, we get that. But there'll be a percentage of missions you will get to. Obviously, if you live near the centre of the map, you've got a better chance of getting to the missions. But then if you die, you've got a long way to get home. Yeah, I'm not having key cards and safe houses. To do that sort of shit, I'd need to add more mods again, mate. We're not going to give anything on those like that. We're staying with that as stock. That's something that the modders are putting themselves. It's not part of that mod. You can choose what goes in the loot crates, but I'll stay with the stock stuff and just take out any weapons that are too OP. I don't want people getting FN fouls and AK-101s from having to pick up 10 mushrooms and deliver it to a garage. Yeah? Which I'm sure you understand. Yeah, okay, mate, no problem. You know, we have a survival server. We won't have weapons giveaway on the boxes. But we will have food. We'll have meds. We will have water bottles. We will have survival stuff, if that makes sense. So you might get a couple of no, but you might get a couple of tins of tack back, a tin opener, a box of matches, a bandage, that sort of stuff. A spare battery, maybe some body armor, but not plate. Maybe like a press vest. It'll be that sort of rewards. Crystal clear. Yeah. I have to, and that's why it's taking so long to get the wipe up, because I need to edit that for 388 potential rewards to make sure that none of them have a FAL attached to them. I don't mind if it's a MP5 or a pistol. 9mm weapons, I'm fine with that. Even putting silencers on there is quite a nice thing to do, because there's not normally, because their silencers are so hard to get, so sticking a silencer on there might be nice for you guys. Yeah, potentially. Certainly, maybe not code locks, but tools and nails. Or code locks and not tools and nails, if that makes sense. Because we're also going to have those items on skinning zombies. If you skin the zombie with the right knife, you will get a code lock as a reward. But I'm not going to tell anyone what that knife is. And I hope that players don't share with other players what it is, because you don't want other people building better bases than you. So when you learn what knife it is, you'll keep that knife for zombie skinning. Yeah. But then it means you have to carry another knife. And then, as I said, skinning bears and wolves will give you rewards of whatever they've eaten. So you might get some human flesh, but equally you might get a weapon, like a pistol. Because the bear ate a human that had a pistol and ate it at the same time. We'll live with that, yeah? And obviously the trader will buy bear pelts off you. I'm being very wary at the moment of bumping into any zombies, because we have no bandages. Obviously, we've got special bears. Cocaine Bear is back. Yeah. Okay, here we are. Radio mission coming in. My friend Yulu has responded on the radio for the last 2 hours. He's an excellent outdoor survivor. I bet he's not, and I'm wondering if he's okay. If he was an excellent outdoor survivor, he'd be alive. His daughter is infected. He looks after her sometimes. About 5 hours ago, he told me that he'd found stuff in some houses in Pulkova and was attacked on his way back to camp, but wasn't injured. Pulkova. Where is that? Yeah, exactly. And then you've got 43 minutes to get there and do it. Pulkova. I've no idea where that is on the map to start with. If anyone can see it, point me in the rough direction. Look near Green Mountain. Okay. There. Okay. So, so that way. In there somewhere. It'll be near the woods. Yeah, I just need to enter mission, don't I? Just look for a big group of zombies. Yeah, guys, that's how it normally works on Survivor missions, isn't it? Or tent. Surrounded by minefields. No, but it is to police. Fucking DayZ. When I used to play, when I first left the army and I used to play airsoft in a team on a regular basis, I had a G36C that was electric, bought it on import, and I had an MP5 gas. Yeah, I can hear you. But you reckon the woods up here? We're going to go for the woods up here? It is, isn't it? Ah. Southwest. Ah, okay. So, south, never eat shredded wheat. So somewhere over here. Never eat. Fucking hell, connection ping. There you go. How surprising. I've not held a real G36. I've held fake ones. You know, the weapon systems I have played with that are real, most of you know, so. Browning, SA-80, Sniper, GPMG. I'm glad you can't. Hence make DayZ OP on my servers. Too easy to hide away. It will be it will be now. It won't be when the server's running for real, because those missions will run even if you're not on the server once the server's set up for real, John. So at the moment it's in testing phase, so it's not set up like that. But once it comes out of testing phase, everything will run 24/7. So yeah, at the moment, not working. But when we're doing this for real, they'll continue running even if you're not on the server. Because that way, if you do get kicked, you've still got a chance. Because the server's going to run 24/7 whether players are on or not. Because that's how I like to run survival servers. That way, right, we're probably going to log out soon, but let's show you something before we log out. Let's give you a little bit of a sneak peek, shall we? There's your sneak peek. Yeah, that'll happen because it depends how much they update the code, mate. It all comes down to the mod being updated or the individual modders doing it. I'm just running with the code that we've got. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's nothing I can do about it. If somebody reports a mission to me not working with all the details, I'll delete that mission from the files, but I won't offer compensation. I'm offering it as an extra for something for people to do. So there's your hint. That's not meant to be there. Can you edit to give place on the map? Certainly not. But I'm in the most dangerous area of the map. That's going to be the place you want to visit. You'll certainly want to go there once you've got a way of getting through that door. Or if you find another way in. And the other hint, so I'm feeling generous, is I'm not going to show you inside these places. Probably gone the wrong way. Hold on, see? Yeah. Ah, I'm dead. There we are. Right, guys, thanks for watching. Tomorrow night we'll see where we are. We might do another stream when we're a bit further forward, and I will catch you on that one. But thanks for watching tonight. Thanks for the interaction. Thanks for the chat. Looking forward to you guys getting to play it at some point soon.